Hey everybody, TJR here with a quick review of Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. And as you can see that little tagline right there, it says Elvira is a special effect even Spielberg can't match. So true. Now, this movie came out in the 1980s, and that was back when Elvira was really popular. She was doing her own little television, she hosted her own little television show where she would show these B horror movies, and all she did was sit on a couch and basically make fun of the movie that she was going to be showing that night. And then she went on to do commercials, had merchandising, big Halloween costume, as you can see. I don't know about that last part, but anyways, Elvira, Mistress of the Dark was her first movie. And maybe you've seen it, maybe you haven't. Maybe you've seen Elvira's Haunted Hills. I personally think that this one is her better one. I'm doing a review of it because I don't really think I've ever seen this movie get reviewed ever, and it's never on cable television. It's never on satellite. It's never really a movie anybody ever talks about. And Elvira really isn't a character anymore that anyone ever talks about. So I wanted to talk about her. And I liked this movie. I liked it from the first day I saw it, which I only saw it just a couple of years ago for the very first time. I bought this DVD for $5, and I fell in love with it. It's just a really fun movie to watch. It's not serious. It doesn't take itself serious, and there's nothing really serious about it. It's got a simple plot. She starts out doing what she was doing on television, hosting the horror movie show, and then her boss flirts with her, and she gets mad and quits the show and leaves, and her manager, I guess he's her manager, tells her that her aunt just died, and she's going to be going to the reading of the will. Oh, just had a little accident there. Batteries fell all over me. Gosh, it's a dangerous job, but I'll do it. Anyways, she goes to the reading of the will, and she thinks she's going to get loaded, rich, and all that stuff, when all she finds out is she just gets a recipe book, which is a magic book, but she thinks it's a cookbook, and her uncle wants the book so he can become the master of the dark. And my battery's getting low, so I'm going to cut this review short as I can, or maybe make it into a two-parter, I don't know. And basically she goes there, gets the recipe book and a mansion. She goes and gets stuck in this small town where it's the typical thing, especially from the 80s, where the small town, the adults hate her, but the teenagers, they fall in love with her, which obviously, I mean, who wouldn't? And so the teenagers like her, but the adults hate her. Her uncle wants to get control of the book, and she has no idea what the book is used for. And so basically, she finally becomes the Mistress of the Dark by the end of the movie, but not before the town people. They all get like, well, to see the movie, you know exactly what it is. I'm doing a very rough review of it. She puts something in it. She does a recipe out of her book to try to get revenge on this girl that is being mean to her and things like that. And sabotaged her little parody of Flashdance. She does that whole dance sequence, and she has a really tight, nice outfit where you see Elvira's got two legs instead of just one all the time. And that's a real nice scene. It's a parody from Flashdance. And there's also, at the end of the film, a parody from Rambo, where she has the red bandana and a bazooka. But she looks pretty good as Rambo, too. If there's ever a female Rambo, I'd want it to be Elvira. And, so, yeah, wrapping this thing up, I'm doing a really rough review of it. It's my first movie review. Here's a quick look at the back of the DVD. That's her dog. And he can like shapeshift, transform, and all that stuff. But the real star is Elvira. Cassandra Peterson's was her real name. So I like this movie. I like it.